So, Matt here with Take Roads Less Traveled, and this one's going to be a little interesting because we're going to talk about something that nobody wants to talk about, but that we all do, and that is poop. So, when it comes to being off-road and going out camping and everything, most of the time, if you're at an established campsite, they're going to have a bathhouse, a place where you can take a shower, you can use the bathroom, all that kind of stuff. But when you're out in the middle of nowhere, as you can see from the background, I'm on top of a mountain. I don't have a bathhouse anywhere around me. So what do? Well, the cheapest option is to get a rock or a stick and dig a hole and just squat down. I mean, it's kind of healthy. You can sit there and kind of, work on your pose. Sit there. Yeah, this works, but it gets uncomfortable pretty quickly, and your legs can get tired pretty quickly. And the other downside is, say you had a little too much Mexican around the campfire and things aren't going to be quite as solid anymore. It can make quite a bit of a mess. So there's that option. The other thing with that is you're probably not going to be able to get a deep enough hole in the ground, often called a scat hole. What you want to do is you want to be able to dig down at least 10 inches. The reason for that is because of water runoff and whatnot, because human feces is actually very terrible for the environment. There's a reason we have all of our processing plants and everything to deal with it back home. But when you're out here, you're not at home. You're out in the middle of God's creation, and this is wildlife's home. This isn't your home. And how would you feel about it? I mean, if you've got a dog or any kind of a pet, or even if you had a wild animal come into your home, how would you like if they just decided to take a dump right there in the middle of your house? You wouldn't care for it. So dig a hole, make sure that is deep enough to where as that waste breaks down and everything, it's not going to seep into the waterways that are nearby. You may say, well, I'm on top of a mountain or I'm in the middle of a desert. What does it matter? It still gets there. It still leaches out, still gets into there. You want to make sure it's buried deep enough. So one easy way to do that on a budget is this. This is just a simple Trifold e-tool. This is a great one to have. I keep this in my truck all the time. Not so much for going to the bathroom, but in case I ever need to use a shovel. But packs up nice and compact, and you can sit there and all folds around, and you can just take and tighten that down, and then you have a nice shovel. You can dig a hole with this pretty easily, and then when you're done, you can just take the dirt, scoop it back in, and you're good to go. So it's a nice little way to have it. It works incredibly well. If I can get it to fold back, that'd be even better. There we go. But as I'm struggling with this, there we go. Helps if I do it the right way. But it's compact, doesn't take up any space, and you can get these really cheap. I mean, you go to any military surplus store or even a lot of just outdoor stores, they're going to have an e-tool. It's a great one to have, whether you're going to use it for a toilet or not. It's something I recommend you have. So that's option number one. Option number two, I'm actually going to work backwards now, is to go crazy expensive. You're no longer camping, you're glamping, and you have what looks like a toilet that's pulled straight from an RV. It's a big, huge box. It's got two systems to it, the top section, then the bottom section. These things are insane. You can spend over $100 on one of these things, and a variety of companies make them. I know Reliance Outdoor makes one. They're just one of them. There's a ton of companies that make these things. You can pick them up on Amazon, pick them up at your outdoor stores, all that kind of stuff. But $100 for a toilet, I'm all for being comfortable, but that's a little crazy and way out of my budget. So then, third option, and this is where things get to be affordable, and that is a Trifold Toilet. It's a toilet seat that has 3 legs on it that just fold out and works really well. And it's comfortable. You know, it stores up nicely, so it's not taking up a lot of space, and you're not having to worry about a big container full of waste or anything at the end of it. Works out very, very well. The only thing I don't like about those tri-leg toilets is they sit a little low. So whether you're using the e-tool or you're just, digging a hole with a stick or a rock, you're in that squatted position. On those trifold ones, you're only about right here, which still isn't all that great. You're kind of taking the squatty potty to the extreme, but they work really well, and generally you're going to be able to find those right around the $40 range. Sometimes you can get them as low as $30 if they're on sale, something like that. I know Ozark Trail makes one. You can find it at Walmart. Reliance Outdoor makes one that you can find on Amazon, Dick's Sporting Goods, REI outlets. You can find the Reliance ones. So it's a good toilet, but I think there's one better, and it is our fourth option, and that is the Luggable Loo. Now, this is incredibly simple. It is a toilet seat with a lid on a 5-gallon bucket. This one is made by Reliance Outdoors. I got this from REI outlets, and with my dividend from my yearly dividend from REI, I paid $14 for this. Now, if you go to like Dick's Sporting Goods or Bass Pro Shop, something like that, you're going to spend about $20 all in. And you could probably pick up a bucket for less because you can get just the lids for about $12. And then you can put it on any 5-gallon bucket. Now, this is my preference, not just because of cost, but also because it's a 5-gallon bucket. You have plenty of storage down inside of that when it's all packed up. When it comes to the $100 plus RV style, nothing else can get put inside of it. When it comes to the trifold one, it all folds up on itself. So you're still stuck without having anywhere to put all your bathroom stuff. With this, everything can go into it. Your toilet paper can go into it, which on that, normal toilet paper is not biodegradable. Make sure you pick up some biodegradable toilet paper if you're going to be digging a hole. Just saying. Baby wipes are not biodegradable either. Don't use those. But with those three, whether it's the RV style, the tri-leg, or the Luggable Loo, is you have what's called a double duty bag. I love it. I love the name. This is a box of 6 bags, and these are great. You can use them on all 3 of those toilets. And all it is, it's basically a Ziploc bag that has a waste bag inside of it, that has a powder and a gelatin in it to, 1, act as a deodorizer, but 2, to break down your waste. And you can use these for urine, you can use these for feces. It works really well. And all you do is you just pop the lid off, open your bag up. So if the lid is off, you just open your bag up, pull out that other bag, drape it over the edges, pop your lid back down, which seals it on tight. And then, after that, all you have to do is your business. It's great. I'm sitting at a nice, comfortable height. I can have a book if I want, and I can read. It's great. This is a good height. It doesn't really take up much room. Like I said, I can put everything else in it. When I'm all done, all I do, take the lid off, stuff the part of the bag that's hanging out down in, zip it up, and I'm done. It's great. And like I said, when it comes to the storage side of things, I really like it because rather than having these taking up some space in the truck and my toilet paper taking up some space in the truck and all these other things, I can just instant storage. My whole toilet, all in one thing. I love it. So, guys, poop's a fact of life. We all poop. But when you're out in the wilderness, when you're out exploring, when you're out camping or just away from it all and you don't have a bathhouse, be smart about what you're using. 1, dig a proper scat hole. Make sure you're digging it properly. With that also comes location. You don't want to dig right next to a tree. You don't want to dig next to all these other places. And that's where something like this really comes in handy because you're not having to worry about contaminating anything. So guys, I hope this helps, and Have fun on the throne.